Hello, this is Martin, and I'm back for my spoiler-filled review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, of course, this means that if you've not seen the film, it's probably best not to see this. If you want to know my views and opinions on it without being spoiled, go to my reaction and first thoughts video, which is the one just before this, actually, so you should be able to find it. Anyway, just saying now, I'm not feeling that great, so that's why I look a bit tired. But anyway, let's get on. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, well, amazing. As expected with Marvel now, well, I've yet to be truly like disappointed with a Marvel film. I think Iron Man 2 came close, because the first was so great, but the second I didn't feel was as bad as a lot of people say. And again, like with Age of Ultron, of course, a lot of people didn't like that compared to the first one. I actually preferred that one, and this may be the case here with Volume 2. Now, first thing I noticed, which was in Civil War as well to an extent, I think there was less characters there, but most major players in this film get some kind of emotional arc. Now, I suppose with a film, with this many characters, you've got to service them all, and luckily this film does. Whether it's Star-Lord, meeting his father, to Rocket, kind of realizing, how he makes these kinds of mistakes, which kickstart the plot, and from that bonding with Yondu, who shares similar experiences to him. Surprisingly, you've got Gamora and Nebula, putting their feud aside, and Nebula actually, turning good, or at least better, towards the end. So you have Drax and his relationship with Mantis, and I thought, that's the actress plays. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, so I won't. But she was incredible. I felt. Mantis was never really a character that got much in the way of exposure in the comics, of course. Very weird backstory, but I felt she was down here, and it's obviously an exciting new addition to a team. And I think now, you can count her among its members, definitely. Of course, moving on to Groot, or shall I say, Baby Groot, getting the most of the ahs in the cinema. He was cute. Also, I felt it was funny. Even he showed at least some kind of development. Like, he's a baby in this. There is no doubt that he is an infant. So he deals with stuff like that. He doesn't understand often what he's doing. So I think it's quite cool at the end of the film, even though of course he's still a baby, not counting the post-credit sequence. When pressing that button, thankfully, he remembers, or whether he's playing along before, or genuinely he's kind of getting easier with it. Was great to see, and of course, post-credit sequence of teenage Groot. Jokes aside, this does go to prove that when Infinity War comes back, Groot will be full size again. I've got no problem with that. Of course, I think Baby Groot was great, but I think if they dragged him out for another film, then I don't know, it would seem more gimmicky than it is. And to an extent, it does. But when you consider what happened in the previous film, you can't really get away from it. So it was great how they did it. Now, plot wise, yeah. Yeah, the plot's pretty good, I'll say, pretty good. However, there are like some issues. I think the way it's structured, like the second act, you got people like Peter who don't really have that much to do. Now, I'll a bit at first when I was watching, I was a bit like, oh, yeah, we should, do a bit more. But I think it ended up working in the end. Now, Aisha and the Sovereign, great addition, I think. Yeah, looking back, their presence felt like they were more to move things along and also to set up the next film. And I've got no problem with that. I have got no problem with that. So yeah, to extent the plot's not quite as focused as the first film. The individual pieces done really well, and in a way, even Aisha has an arc of coming to at first not liking the Guardians because of course they stole the batteries, well the Rocket did, and eventually hating the Guardians. It's been interesting in the next film to see more of a kind of the result of this. So by seeing her actually get up and fight the Guardians instead of the hologram or something, and of course Adam Warlock as well. I think it's definitely clear that's where things are heading with the Guardians, and that's exciting. That is exciting. Another exciting aspect of it is, of course, seeing the original Guardians. That proper fanboy moment there. Now, I'm not that familiar with the original Guardians, to be honest, and I don't think many people are. But even I saw the significance of it. And getting Sylvester Stallone, to play Starhawk, I think that's the character's full name, was just incredible. It's great how they've got big names, like to be in like these kinds of roles, in Marvel films, and it shows how far they've come. And wow. Also, along the line of Sylvester Stallone and all that, of course, he was, as he is in most things, with Bad Boy. That did not sound like him at all, but you get the point. Yeah, he was like talking, and you sometimes have trouble. Yeah, it needs work, but I did have trouble trying to understand what he was saying at times, which was quite funny. But I just assumed it was. I could get the general gist of it. Also, the Ravagers in this film, they had so much more to do, I felt, and a lot more development than in the first film. You had Taserface. It's quite funny. I like the film acknowledging that it's a stupid name, because it is. You can see what he's going for, but nah, did not work at all. So yeah, I felt he was an alright villain. I'd say he had his reasons, but in the end, he didn't really amount to much. Poor guy. But that in turn, it gave a lot more development to Yondu, and his arc was pretty heartbreaking in the film. Really, at the end, I nearly sobbed, almost like I nearly did with Logan. Really, yeah. So there's that. So yeah, you had Yondu, the Ravagers. It's interesting to see if Taserface was in the first film, albeit in a small role or like in the background or something. I'm not sure he is, I'll have to again watch first film to find out. I mean, he probably isn't, but then again, he might be. Oh, okay. So rounding this off, I think I've talked enough. Yeah, this great film, carried by the strength of its characters, really, and that's what matters. That's what I love in these things. Um, of course, the Easter eggs were amazing. Um, I saw Howard the Duck in there, and of course, Ego, the Living Planet. Um, Great scene. I thought Kurt Russell did a splendid job with it. And again, amazing how they were able to get Kurt Russell for Marvel film, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's pretty impressive, I think, on Marvel's part. So, another win for Marvel. DC, your move. So I think the month we got Wonder Woman. So that'll be really interesting to see. I think the next film I watch and review will be Alien Covenant. Hopefully that's good. And then, of course, Wonder Woman, and then Spider-Man: Homecoming. So the immediate future looks exciting. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys now, and hope to see you next time.